Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Reg and Dallas are here. They're our buddies from the Combat Jack show.
Black History Month.
Yeah, podcast you got to check out. It's Black History Month.
Yes.
It means nothing to them, and I agree with it. The girls, though, in honor of this, are picking one black person a night that they're going to talk about and why they like them.
Well, let me ask you a question before we go to the girls. What do you think about Black History Month? Every year that it comes around,
I think,
what do you think?
Listen, I'm a cynical guy, so I kind of, for a long time, I've agreed with you. I'm like, it's retarded. Yeah. It's like it's like let's feed a bunch of homeless people just at Christmas because we feel bad. The rest of the year,
Thanksgiving, give them like a turkey leg.
The rest of the year, let them starve to death. Yeah. You gotta be, if you're gonna do something like right, you gotta do it all the time. Yeah. So I think it's white guilt. It started from white guilt, and it should be meaningless to a black person. If somebody a family wants to take it seriously, that's their prerogative. But I agree with you. That sounds cynical, but I agree with you.
What about you, John?
I think maybe. Well, listen. I mean, if people don't normally observe the history of some of the interesting and important figures that they need to be, I think it's good to have something that draws attention and educates people to just history. Not
why not make it? It's American history. It should be part
of. It should be in a textbook.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I like history. I'm interested in history. I think it's some fascinating stuff. I think we can learn some things from history, whether it's black or white or brown or yellow.
Chinese.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think history month period. It doesn't have to be Black History Month.
Yeah, it's actually a form of segregation.
I think it's interesting to teach some, the younger generation if they don't already know.
Right.
So I don't think it hurts anything. I don't think it's harmful.
It's not harmful.
I think in some cases maybe it's necessary for people who are ignorant.
I think it's like the Pro Bowl in football. You can get rid of it. Not necessary. Everything will be fine. Girls, let's hear your. Who's going first?
I am Marie.
And who's your person?
Ralph Abernathy.
Now, who is he?
He was Martin Luther King Jr.'s right-hand man. When Martin Luther King Jr. in 1954 became a minister, he actually mentored him. They also created the Montgomery Improvement Association and organized the year-long bus boycott. During that bus boycott, Rosa Parks got arrested because she refused to give her seat up to a white man.
It's like a book report.
It really is.
Your presentation is so spot on.
I've never heard an exciting subject more boring.
It isn't boring. I'm giving facts.
You're reading it like a dentist reads how I should put my
How would you like me
retainer
to
in.
read it, Artie? I'm being respectful of the month and of Ralph Abernathy.
No, you're not.
Bobby.
Ralph Abernathy.
Clearly, you're mailing it in is what you're doing. You're
Yes.
mailing it in.
I'm
No,
giving
she
the
looks a
facts.
little passionate about it, though.
You think so?
Marie seems passionate.
I think regardless if I gave it like one way or the other, this will be your opinion on it.
Get back. Just try to be a little more energetic.
King himself actually said in a speech that Ralph David Abernathy is the best friend he's ever had in the world. So he literally was just his right-hand man and helped him throughout the whole movement.
What happened after King's death to Ralph?
He went on and lived his life until 1990.
And did what?
He was, I think, a minister himself, too.
Boy, you're really up on him.
Got all that extra.
Yeah, that's
You
all I
didn't
know.
memorize all the facts.
That extra poon that King left behind.
Yep, that's what I know about him.
Do you think he left behind some poop?
But what is it about
King,
him that
King was juggling.
Yeah,
What
is
I
it?
think
Don't read
is-
off the paper.
What I like about him, what I think is interesting, that I have personally never heard about him before, and I always thought it was Martin Luther King Jr. himself who created the boycott and everything, but it actually was both of them together.
Well,
and I never knew that.
I bet they had other help.
They had a lot of
I'm
help.
sure.
They had
no,
a
I'm
lot.
sure they did, but I'm just saying that was just one person.
Okay, so his BFF.
Yes.
There you go.
That's why.
Why don't you go back and try rapping it?
Wingman.
No.
Can you
wingman.
rap that? What's on that paper?
No, I can't rap.
Try it.
How would I rap?
Just rap
Why do
what's
you
on
want
the
to
paper.
rap it?
Well, because I think that would be more energetic. More
No, I'm not
appropriate.
rapping this. I wouldn't even know how.
Well, that was boring. Liz,
Okay,
this is yours to win.
Mine's gonna probably even be more boring.
You took a great man's life and made it like it sounds like you're talking about me or something.
No, yours would be worse.
That's clear.
Wow.
So
Now,
as
who is
you
this,
all
Liz?
know, I did Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
And Frederick Douglass
was born in Easton, Maryland, and he actually escaped from Maryland by going on
It's like you can't even read or something.
Well, I didn't memorize all the facts, and you said not to read from the paper, so I'm just trying my best.
But you're reading from the paper.
Because I'm not in school anymore.
Reggie, do you think this is her best? What if this is her best?
Let me see your best. Give me your best.
Okay. While working at a Baltimore shipyard 2 years later, Douglas successfully escaped from slavery by pretending to be a sailor. He arrived in New York City after fleeing Baltimore by steamboat and train. After achieving freedom, Douglas became active in the abolishing slavery movement, lecturing from the Massachusetts Anti-Slavery Society. In 1845, Douglas published Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American slave written by himself. In 1848, he began to publish his own weekly newspaper, the North Star. And the North Star became a major voice of African-American opinion. Douglass not only championed the anti-slavery movement, but women's rights as well. In 1848, he appeared at the first Women's Rights Convention. Douglass served as an advisor to President Abraham Lincoln and recruited blacks to enlist in the Union Army.
Now, where did he learn to read?
He taught himself to read. And he taught himself to read, and he said that was one of the ways that he
Who taught you how to read?
How do you? I'm baffled at how does one teach themselves.
Well, you know what? I think he had a little help somewhere along the way. And
Yeah, I'm sure.
From when you read the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, I mean, he talks about it. He would, any chance he had,
Rosetta Stone?
He was reading. Yeah, right. Any chance he had, he was working at it.
Right.
He was reading. He was, and I felt like his early life allowed him more freedom than a lot of his contemporaries
Right.
would have had.
Right.
You know, he
Don't you
was
think
lucky
these
because
these are interesting opinions, and that you're formulating now? Don't you think that was the assignment for Liz?
yeah,
To sort of come up with it. You're just
To
reading
give it
from
some
the
Put your
texture
own
and some
spin on it,
context.
right?
You're just
Oh, you
reading
said
from the
that. I will never give an opinion because
Why
I feel like you
not?
would totally turn it. No,
No,
I
I
will
won't.
only give facts.
You have to give opinions.
No.
They were good, Artie. They were good. They've inspired me to give you guys a true Black History Month fact.
Go ahead.
In 1991, at the annual Springtime Freaknik gathering in Atlanta, Sharkeisha Jenkins, a graduate of Clark University,
Yeah.
invented the twerk.
Really?
Is that true?
Sharkeisha.
Well, you know Miley Cyrus didn't.
Well, but hold on for a second. I mean, Miley Cyrus attempted to do the twerk with a baby booty, but to do the twerk properly, hold on for a second. You need to have at least 30 to 40% fat on the booty meat.
You need some ounces.
You need
30 to 40%.
That's right. That's
my
right.
God.
I mean,
Okay.
because you've got to have a lot of movement going on.
Yeah.
There's
Gotta
got to
make
be
it clap.
the aftershock.
You
There's
gotta
gotta be
make it
the
clap.
aftershock.
It would make it a lot better now that I'm thinking about it.
Have you ever
right.
seen the booty clap?
No, what's that?
You've never seen the booty clap?
I think I might have, but what is it?
When women move in a certain way and their butt starts to clap.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You know, just tensing up each side of the gluteus.
Yeah.
You know, but then with the extra booty meats, that's what gives it that clap. That's what allows the skins to clap each other.
Man, don't you love gravity?
Oh, God, yeah.
There's another interesting fact
Twerking.
that you brought up. You said MLK was juggling, and I didn't. He was juggling ladies.
Yes.
He was juggling women.
He likes the ladies.
I didn't know
So
that.
A lot
You
of
didn't know
great,
that?
a lot of great
No.
Americans.
I have a friend, I swear to God, I have a friend of mine. His mom passed away several years ago. But she was one of the women that Martin Luther King used to see.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many ladies are we talking?
Not to minimize, he didn't have Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
Did he have Kennedy numbers?
Definitely. I mean, that whole cabal, they swung.
Well, no one had Will
that's
Chamberlain
something
number.
that I never had heard.
But think about it, though. This guy is smart. He's intelligent. He's willing to put his
Charismatic.
life down
Oh,
on the
God,
line.
yeah.
So when he goes up there and he talks about how I have a dream, there's some moisture going on.
Oh, no, could you imagine? No, could you imagine what a turn on it was?
And
for
Coretta's at
chicks?
home taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
Martin, the bills ain't paid.
Yeah, he had a lot of whiteboards,
right.
too. He had a lot of whiteboards.
He had a dream.
He
man.
had a dream.
Him and Kennedy.
He lived his dream.
Him and Kennedy were like going check for check.
Putting points on the board. Huh?
I'll tell you, I don't know. I think this actually hurt the black race, what we did with these two.
Think so?
Artie,
You think it took us back?
Mike, what do you think?
I have a Black History fact. I love.
Oh, please.
What's up, Mike?
I do. You never listen to me. That's why they always rag
See,
on
I
me
like
about
Mike
stuff.
because when I
Hey,
first
listen to
came
me,
here,
though.
Artie told me that you hated the blacks.
Oh,
And here we are, best friends right now.
I know I don't hate anybody. I just hate people who are idiots in this planet.
Okay. I like your swag too, man. You got the Carhartt
Thank you. This is
hat
comfortable.
on.
They've been
Doesn't he
ragging
look
on me
like he's
about
in
it
the
all
yard
night.
in a prison or something?
No, but he's got prison swag. Though.
Yes, he does. He has
Yeah.
prison swag.
Swag is
What's your
swag.
fact?
What do you call it? One of the first people on the planet to give their life up for the American Revolution was Crispus Attucks.
Crispus Attucks.
Very good. Very good.
He's a
Michael.
good
During
one.
the Boston Massacre, they had a fight with the British. They were taunt, and then he was one of the first people to lose his
And
life.
in
for our country.
tribute, as a tribute to him, you live in an attic.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's funny. Dallas and I regularly talk about
Yeah.
Crispus Attucks.
We try
about
not to be
being the only black dude in a white crowd. Don't try to overdo it because your ass will be the first to go down.
You know where else in history? That's a great point.
Yeah.
Remember Altamont, the Stones?
Yeah.
The Stones concert?
Yeah.
One guy got killed at a Stones concert. It was the one black guy.
Black dude.
They did, yeah.
He was
That's
like,
the guy who got
I'm
killed.
going to turn it up more than you guys.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's the most important rule and lesson to learn.
Don't
in black
Crispus
history.
Attucks yourself.
If you're the only black dude
That's
in the
right.
crowd,
Just shut up.
just lay back. Let them have all the
I
white
think-
fun they want.
By
man.
the way, I think that works both ways. If you're the only white guy in a black crowd, you should shut up too.
Does that work? Does it work that way?
I'm trying to think who's the white guy that went and took the fall. We could give him.
I can't think of one, but I'm saying I bet it's a.
I mean, the only white.
Because I don't
dude-
think there's an instance where a white guy's actually
No, I don't
said
think that
something.
works because the only white guy in a black crowd is Tarzan. And they all love Tarzan.
Yeah, you're not gonna be.
Or
a
you
Tarzan.
could be the fullback in the running back room.
Yeah.
That was him for
Dallas
years.
Clark. Yeah.
That was him for a long time. Was that hard for you?
No. No.
Were there racial barriers you had to?
I think guys just would say it like, oh, Richie, he's crazy. You
That white boy crazy.
Yeah. that
What do you think of John's black accent he just did?
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
well,
man.
I find it horrendously offensive.
He was in the locker room though. I mean,
That was
Was it offensive?
Black History Month. That was
I
right.
thought
He
it was-
wasn't
I thought it
trying
was true-
extra.
I
He
thought it was
just-
true to life.
to his experience.
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't know. Sounded a little Amos and Andy to me. John's like, yeah, in the locker room. I was like, hello there, John.
What's up, John? Dynamite!
I should be so kind as to pass me the soap.
You know, I am biased.
We're gonna take a break, Reg. When can we plug the podcast?
Podcast, The Combat Jack Show. We release it every Tuesday. It's on iTunes. You can go to thecombatjackshow.com or you can look it up on SoundCloud, The Combat Jack Show.
Yeah, I've been on there before. I'm going to be on it again. It's a great.
I got to read your book, man. You
Great
gave me
show.
a copy of the book.
Yeah,
I got to read it, man.
Check it out, and then
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
come on again. And Dallas is there hanging out, and we're going to take a break. Girls, just stand there for another couple hours.
Yeah.
Hey.
Girls, you look great.
Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show.
Yo.
Reg and Dallas here from Combat Jack. Hey, so what do you think? We were just talking, we were at the Jay-Z concert Saturday night, and he's a guy in his 40s now, an iconic guy. It was fun to see a guy that famous there. He's like the Springsteen of rap. It was funny to see, great to see a guy like that perform.
How was it? How was the performance?
He was good.
Yeah?
I mean, again, as far as I know a couple of the songs. Well, these guys pointed out the songs that I know, and it turns out I know way more than I thought I did. But 99 Problems, A Bitch Ain't One. But I was still singing 99 Problems and A Bitch Ain't One during Empire State of Mind. So I had to catch up.
So were you rapping along, though? Like,
Yeah, I was trying, yeah.
Did you scream?
And
Like,
my girlfriend's 30. She knows every word.
Oh, yeah?
It's like I know Bruce. But, when he was doing Empire State of Mind, I was like, 99 Problems and A Bitch Ain't One. But what do you think is the future of hip hop? Like, where does it go? You got these guys like Macklemore, blah, blah, blah. Does it go more street, more mainstream? Like, what happens to it?
it's becoming more and more mainstream. I mean, are you familiar with Bun B?
No.
He's a pioneer from Houston.
He was half of the Underground Kings.
Did UGK, and there's
UGK.
talk about him maybe becoming mayor of
really?
Houston.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
so I think as hip hop continues to evolve, as people feel more comfortable with this culture being part of the dominant.
Well, it is now.
I mean,
it's-
yeah, but
It's the new
people are
classic
still
rock.
kind of
Right.
uncomfortable with hip hop
You think so?
or certain. I mean,
Who's uncomfortable with hip hop?
the kid just got shot in Florida
Oh, you mean about
for playing his music too
about
loud.
what
'cause
could happen?
But that was loud music.
It was hip hop music.
I don't know.
He was playing that rap music,
Right, he was
and
playing
I
rap.
shot him.
Who shot
He
him?
was playing rap.
A white guy, a middle-aged white guy.
Did
was
he
like,
come out and say it was because it was rap?
He's like, I don't like your music. It's threatening me. It's that whole stand your ground nonsense. And he shot the kid because the kid was playing rap music. So they just started the trial this week about, whether he.
Oh, that guy better not get off. There's going to be trouble.
But it all comes down to what the jurors think. Like,
Right.
And was he reasonably. Did he have a reasonable right to feel threatened by this kid
If I'm on
playing
that
loud
jury,
rap
if
music?
I'm on that jury, you can't set a precedent that you can kill someone for their music. You can't do that.
But
The guy's got to do time.
But it's Florida though.
Where was it?
Yeah, you're right.
Was
Crazy
it,
stuff
Was it
happens
on
on
his prop? Was it on his?
No, it was
home
at it was like
prop-
at a 7-Eleven or something like that, or a gas station.
Jeez.
Commonplace.
There's a divergence in hip hop. There's a schism right now, and there's a tremendous side of hip hop that is mainstream,
Right.
being performed by acts like Jay-Z, Macklemore, even Timberlake to a degree does.
See, but Jay-Z's one of those guys who has street cred because he wasn't always mainstream. He has, he had all his problems and almost
but
did time.
even when he first emerged, Jay-Z used mainstream techniques to become popular.
Eventually, yeah.
Those were all,
in his first album,
those
Reasonable
are
Doubt.
hits. Those are hits. It's hit songs. Yeah.
So he already had an eye on the mainstream.
Who isn't mainstream? What rappers aren't?
A group of kids from Atlanta called Migos.
Migos.
Why aren't they mainstream? Do their lyrics are crazy?
They're horrible. They're horrible.
You think they're bad? They had one of the biggest records last
Because
year.
they're bad. Well, that's
Drake made it the biggest record.
Right, Drake had a cameo on it.
Drake is a rapper or a singer?
He's both.
Oh, he is.
And he's pretty good, man.
Okay.
He's pretty damn
I know he's a big star. I don't really know his stuff, but
Oh, you got Papoose, the rapper There's a rapper Papoose. Who's
Okay.
not mainstream.
He's not mainstream.
You got a million and one. I like I like to call them struggle rappers. They're in the struggle. They're trying to get from.
but they're trying to be. Are they making enough money from that? Or are they trying to be mainstream?
Some of them aren't. You got Uncle Murder.
Well, here, let me-
With a name like Uncle Murder, you can't ever make it.
It's kind of an edgy name.
Yeah, or even or you
Combat, what about Action Bronson, who's an underground act I don't think will ever go mainstream?
you don't think so?
I mean,
I think he has a shot because
he smokes too much wax.
But he's a personable white boy.
Yes, but I think his lifestyle is too off-center.
But he's managed now by Eminem's manager.
Don't think he'll go mainstream.
Okay.
Talented kid though.
No, if he's
But
talented.
is he trying to go mainstream? Does he want not being mainstream? Is that good for his career, or does
I
he
think
want?
at the end of the day, who doesn't want to go mainstream?
I guess so. You're right.
Who I don't care how hardcore you want to profess to be. Who doesn't want to go mainstream?
Right. No,
Yeah,
you're right.
look at 2 Chainz. For like most of his career, he went around with his rap name was Titty Boy,
Yeah, that's not going to get you.
and he realized I can't be Titty Boy and sell records.
Right.
I can still make songs for the strip club. I just changed my name to 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
Yeah, no, well, I had a different name that I had when I was a young comic.
Yeah.
I would call myself "My Ass Is Still Bleeding," and got me nowhere.
Anal Flow.
Same bits.
MC Anal Flow in the
Same
building.
bits as Artie
Booty
Lange.
bleeding.
Skyrocket. Guys, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you,
listen,
man.
Combat Jack, listen
Yes.
to it. Mike Birbiglia, Gary Gulman, Mark Kriegel, and Kai. Get a haircut. Stay in school. That's all I can tell you.
Eat your veggies.
Keep doing what you're doing. Kid seems smarter than me.
He's a good guy, man.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
You got a good father here. Listen to him. All right?
All right.
And I like the outfit.
No, thank you, man. Black
Is that
History
real?
Month. It's real. What do you mean? Is it real?
Is the chain real?
I don't know. I don't think so, man. Don't call me out, Artie.
Slumlord.
Let me live, man.
MC Slumlord.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
The Artie Lange Show. Back tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, Monday.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.